On a 21-acre farm in Fletcher,
Used to have a wholesale nursery here.
which still fosters trees and plants of all types,
My son wanted to do something with the farm and keep it in ag.
Brian Upchurch's teenage son came up with an idea.
He came up with the truffle idea. So
A new idea for the land.
we're growing a symbiosis. It's not just the host tree or not just the truffle, it's their interaction.
An interaction that will hopefully lead to a new avenue for the delicacy and will hopefully lead to a new appetite for domestically grown truffles.
It's not enough to produce a truffle, we want to produce commercial quantities to make it viable.
Brian and his team at Carolina Truffiers have plenty of horticultural experience. But figuring out how to successfully grow truffles commercially in America is still a relatively new idea.
Most of the research, which is limited, has been in Europe, and they're working with European host trees, European soils, their climate, which is different than ours. So we have to adapt to that, to the climate here and the host trees we're using.
Inside his greenhouse, he shows us some of those trees.
This is a hybrid chestnut. It's virtually all Native American chestnut and enough Chinese chestnut to include resistance to the chestnut blight. And we think this is going to be a really good host.
And what are these beauties?
This is our native loblolly pine, and these are seedlings. We just germinate the seed in here, and then and you can see the fungus already starting there.
The fungus may be starting, but to get to harvest, you've got to have patience.
And how long do you have to wait in most
It could be
cases?
6 to 8 years.
But the waiting doesn't faze Brian and his team. They're even expanding their operation.
And then the new farm up the road, we kind of settled into a spacing and a strategy, and that's a little more homogeneous throughout. It's big. It's a lot bigger than this one, but it'll be significant once it's up and running.
One of the largest in the country.
Yes,
Cool.
it will be, yeah.
And while he's confident that truffles will be a huge success, Brian will be the first to tell you.
Yeah, so it's exciting. But
That's
it's a lot of hurry up and wait, because you just don't know what's going on in the ground.